Hi team, and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at a natural mass phenomenon, fractals, for our Year 3 students, which will be establishing multiplication facts using number sequencing. So fractals are self-repeating patterns that are found in nature all around us. So a fern is a common one that we see. It is self-representation of the original plant. You take off one of, this is a frond, you take off a frond, and you have another representation of the plant again. So it's a pattern that just keeps reoccurring on a smaller scale to create a non-geometric shape. Another one would be the seed reproduction of a dandelion. So this is a whole sphere of seed pods. Each seed pod is a self-representation of the actual whole plant. Again, just the same pattern repeated on a smaller scale. And the most common one that we would have around us is trees. This is just a twig from a tree. It's a representation of the tree, so it looks exactly like a tree. It comes up, again with two forks coming up here, and again the pattern's repeated right to the tips, just on a small scale. Another one that I found out in the garden was this flower. So as a whole, this flower is one big non-geometric shape, and it is made up of several individual little flowers, such as this. So the lesson plan will start off with just a small discussion around fractals, where we can see them, identify them. Does anybody already have any ideas of where we might find a fractal? Let it be very child-led, discussion-based. Let them make their own discoveries and create their own questions. After this, we'll have a small clip from Splash ABC, Fun with Fractals, and a quick discussion time again after that. Was there any questions or new discoveries that any of the children have found? And or was there any connections that they could make within their own garden or within the schoolyard? They may have recognised some of the things within the clip. They may have already identified some patterns that are around them that they weren't 100% sure were a fractal. After the clip, we will then go out on a nature hunt and see what we can find. This will be, once again, very child-led, so let the children make their own discoveries to bring back to class, and even if it may not fit the factual description, it would be extremely interesting just to see what the children have discovered and what patterns formation they have seen. So let them lead the way, let them definitely rely on their previous knowledge of pattern making that they have had. After that, we will create a fractal poster, which will then help us with our multiplication. So the children, again, will develop their own counting pattern, and we'll create a fractal forest. So we'll be counting by twos, as such in this one, or we can count by threes, fours, or fives. I wouldn't go any higher than 5 because it becomes very complex, very quick, and quite hard to count. How the children describe their number sequencing or pattern is entirely up to them. For this one, it might be 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 4 is 8, so you have the 8 here, and 2 times 8 is 16, we have the 16 there. But they might say 2 groups of 2, or this one might be just counting by threes from here. So we've got 3, 6, 9. Let them lead the way of their own poster and their discovery, and really describe their own number sequencing that they have discovered and would like to present to the class to go up on our fractal wall. Most of all, have fun and enjoy each other's discoveries. Thanks.